Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be talking sun, oily skin and what you can do about it, and some hacks and tricks that I use to get through the warmer months when you have oily skin, which I really do. So I know it can be problematic. So let me go over some amazing products that can actually really help treat and deal with this annoying condition. So first thing is moisturizer. Now, I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong and when things change. I always like to keep updating things. And my skincare routine in the daytime has always been really simple. Sunscreen, that is it, nothing else. Because somebody with oily skin, I don't like the idea of putting too much product on my skin during the day because I'm going to get oily. And I've always shied away from moisturizer, particularly in the day, because of fear that my skin is going to get more and more oily. And it turns out I'm probably, or at least I have been, wrong on this situation, because adding a very lightweight moisturizer to my skin prior to sunscreen, well, my skin didn't get quite as oily. Who knew? So let me show you a really beautiful product that I'm currently using that does all the things I need it to do. So first up is Aurelia, the Balancing Ultralight Moisturiser, which has been an absolute godsend, especially lately when it's been so warm here. Now this is formulated for oily skin and it contains salicylic acid, which, as many of you know, breaks down the trapped oils and block pores. So it's a really beneficial ingredient, particularly for those of us with oily, problematic skin. It hydrates the skin while also helping to moderate sebum production, which is something I suffer with. Now the moisturizer is very lightweight. It's very fast absorbing. It's perfect for summer and you literally can't feel it on the skin. I apply this before my sunscreen. And this has hydrators in it, so it draws moisture to the skin, locks it in, keeps it there, and I found that my skin just produces less oil. Now, as many of you know, I'm a massive fan of Aurelia, but particularly their cleanser. I always use the Miracle Cleanser at night. I love it. But Aurelia have got another product, which is the Balancing and Purifying Citrus Cleanser. And this contains salicylic acid as well. Very gentle, very effective. It smells absolutely heavenly. Takes off dirt and grime. As I mentioned, salicylic acid. It keeps the skin healthy and balanced, and without that overproduction of oil that's pumping out all day long. If you're looking for a very light, easy cleanser, something that's perfect for summer, something that's very gentle to the skin, it is absolutely perfect for that. So next up is sunscreen. So this one is the Unseen by Supergoop. It is a silicone-based sunscreen and it goes on like very slippery, and you think, oh no, I've made a mistake. But it's really good. I love it. It's perfect for the summer months when my skin needs less of that kind of heavy, thick sunscreen. And I've been using it for a long time, and I think it's absolutely splendid. Now, another thing you can do, and this is something that requires a little bit of fact finding, but is mixing things like with like. So oil-based moisturizer, oil-based foundation. Silicone-based moisturizer, silicone-based foundation. Those things can really help, because when you mix oil with water, they don't mix. So by mixing things together, things that actually match, it can go a long way in helping not only your makeup last, but stopping things sliding around and just disappearing throughout the day, which is irritating. Another really cool trick that I like to do is you just need like a little jiffy bag, something that you can seal up. You just take a powder puff, right? Just take a powder puff, take some loose powder, and you just pop it onto the powder puff, just like that, see? And then all you do is get it everywhere, obviously, is you fold it up and you kind of smush all that powder into the powder puff. So you just move it around until it is all absorbed. So there shouldn't be anything really visible on the actual powder puff. And what happens is you put this in a jiffy bag, you take it out, and then throughout the day, you powder the face where it needs it, where it's shining. Then you put it back in the jiffy bag. A few hours later, take it out. And what you do is to activate it, you just, let me try and get in, you just flick it and it releases the powder. It's a really cool trick that I just love and I use all the time. So there's another really cool product if you don't like powder. This one's by Ray Morris. It's the Invisible Mattifier, and it is this peculiar texture of pretty much nothing. And it is odd, to say the least, but it does work. However, do not use a brush. I know she recommends it. Do not use a brush. Use a little triangular sponge. Just move the product into the triangular sponge, pat it on your forehead, your nose, anywhere. It will immediately take away shine. When you use it with a brush, particularly to set the makeup, foundation can move around. I'm not a fan of using it with a brush, but for touch-ups throughout the day, this is brilliant. I've also seen these oil rollable volcanic things on TikTok recently. I have no idea if they work, but it's very, very interesting. So I might grab one and try one, but let me know in the comments if you are aware of it, because who knows, it may work. Another really cool trick, and one that I like to think I made up, is by powdering the face first and then applying foundation. I know it sounds really odd and back to front, but it works incredibly well. I've done a video on it. It is a very, very effective trick in order to keep your face looking more matte throughout the day. It really, really does work. So you can give that a go as well. So there you go. These are my favorite little tips and tricks. Ironically, using a moisturizer made a massive difference throughout the day, and I highly, highly recommend Aurelia, not just because they're a lovely brand, which they are, but because their products just work. And the Balancing Ultralight Moisturizer is just a little bit of a godsend for someone like me that really is very, very oily. And I'm filming this now. It is 2 o'clock, nearly 2 o'clock. I washed my face at around about 10 o'clock today. By this time I should be really, really oily. And I'm not. Hurrah! So it obviously really does work. So I'm really pleased with that. Don't forget use the discount code for 20% off, which is always so kind of them. So thank you so much. And all of these tips, these products, these tricks all work. And you just got to give them a chance, give them a go and see which ones work best for you. Let me know what you think of these little tips and tricks. Leave all the comments down there in the comment section. And of course, in the description bar are all the links. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate your time, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.